Hi everybody, it's Pork Settin Sunday, so grab yourself a cup of coffee and come on up and let's get started. And you remember last week that I told you about my husband taking me on the river after a big rain. It's the first time I'd ever been on the river. He took me to what we call here where it was the Guyandotte River, and it's a little place called the Perry Hole. And he had put out a trot line, what they call a trot line, and we had went out, and he knew I was scared to death. I could swim, but I knew I wasn't strong enough, as young as I was, to go against currents after a 3 or 4 day rain. So, because there's all kinds of, in the mountains, there's all kinds of streams that comes down into the Perry Hole. Isn't it a beautiful day today? Just a beautiful day. Okay, so we got our coffee. Let me get a drink. It's really good. We got our coffee, or whatever you want to drink, your tea. It's starting to get spring, and I'm willing it to come with all these bright colors. Y'all like my outfit? I'm all sparkly today. Let me show you how sparkly. I don't know if you can see it or not. See how I love glitz and glitter and sparkles. So, and I put on a jacket because it is a little windy today. You can hear the chimes ringing. So let's get started, and I'll tell you what happened. I left you with a cliffhanger. Well, he got me out in the middle of that, and I didn't have a life jacket on. Back then, we didn't use life jackets. Stupid us, huh? Anyway, so he got me out there, and he started checking the trot line, not trout, trot. And he knew I was scared. I let him know I was scared, and I just swore he hated me anyway, because we fought all the time. But I was young, and I stuck right in there. But I was scared he was going to try to kill me because I just knew he hated me. So he would get on that boat, and he would tip it this way, and then he'd tip it this way, and that water was just swirling. So I was scared to death. Finally, he tilted it, and he almost fell in, and I laughed so hard that I almost peed my pants. I laughed. I thought, you're trying to kill me, and you're going to be the one to die because you're going to tip the boat over, you're going to fall in, and I'm going to be safe in the boat, and you're not going to, the water's going to carry you away. So finally we got to the bank, and thank God we did. So I was done with that, and I never went in another boat with him again. That was it. Unless it was, I did go on a big pontoon with all kinds of other people on it with us. So, and I went to Canada, to Niagara Falls, and we got on that boat, the Maiden of the Mist, but there was all kinds of people there too. So I never got on a little boat by myself with him again. But he wouldn't hurt me now for nothing. I know he wouldn't. We've been together 45 years, and it's been a rough 45 years. But it's too late to trade him in now, and he has his days, but I have mine too, so I'll just stick it out to the end. But anyway, I want to go ahead and start another story. I've been thinking and thinking all week of a story I want to tell, and I have come up with several, but I'm not sure just what to tell you. So I do want to one day show you all, or maybe I'll do that today, tell you all how I ended up in West Virginia. I had never been to West Virginia. This is the story I'll tell you. I had never been to West Virginia, and I met my husband in the little town that I grew up in. His family had moved there just a little while after what they call the Buffalo Creek flood. If you go online and you look up natural disasters of the world, you'll see or Natural Disasters of West Virginia. In 1972, February 1972, I think they even have it on YouTube. I'm not sure. But in February of 1972, there was a flood. It wasn't a natural disaster. I don't even know why I said a natural disaster. A coal mine above where we live had built a dam, a sludge dam, and that dam washed out. So anyway, my husband's family, they didn't live on Buffalo Creek, but they lived in a little tiny community called, one part of the community was called Bruno, the other part Sand Lick. And it was just a lovely little community. When I finally did get to come down here, I fell in love with West Virginia and its people. I fell in love with its beauty, but I mostly fell in love with the people here. How friendly, how caring, how loving. We have a people like no other. And I love that. I fell in love with that. So I met my husband in July of 1972, and he was riding on a two-seater bicycle. And I tell, my grandchildren have heard this story, and they call it the Mama and Papa story. And so when they want to hear it, they say, Mama, tell the Mama and Papa story. And so I tell them, and they love it. But I was sitting on the post office steps in the little town where I grew up in, born and raised there. And I was sitting there with my sister's ex-boyfriend. He was so madly in love with her, and she had broke up with him when he went to the service, and he was heartbroken, and we were good friends, just very, very good friends. And here come my husband on a two-seater bicycle with one of his friends from West Virginia. He had been up to visit for the summer, and here they came, and I seen my husband. He was on the front of the bike, and his friend was on the back. And I asked my friend, Elsie, I said, oh my gosh, who's that good-looking guy there? And Elsie said, oh, that's Roger Blankenship. And his name is Rainy Roger, but he thought Rainy was a hillbilly name, so he was going by Roger out there. And he was going by Roger in Ohio. And he said, you want to meet him? And I said, oh, yes, yes, introduce us, introduce us. So Elsie hollered, said, hey, Roger, come over here. And he introduced me to both of them and said, she wants to ride on your bicycle. And my husband, you know, just the guy at the time, the guy I thought was very good looking, he got off of the bicycle and he said, here, and called his name and, you know, his friend's name. He said, take her for a ride. Well, I didn't want him. I didn't think he was all that good looking, and I didn't want him. So I was bold and said, oh, no, no, I want you to take me for a ride. And that was the start of our stormy relationship. I mean, very stormy, stormy relationship. So I'm glad you all came up, and I'll finish this story. I can't finish it in one, even two Sundays. But I'll finish telling you how stormy our relationship was and how it went. I'll tell you the beginning of my marriage, how it went. And I love you guys. I'm glad you came in today. It's a beautiful day. It's a little chilly, but it's a beautiful day. I'll see you this week coming. Now, remember, if you haven't already, hit that friend button down below. Stick your thumb up in the air and share me around, because I want to travel. You're the only way that I'm going to get to. Leave me a comment, because I like to chit-chat. And I'm trying to comment back from last video that, not the last video I done, but time before, when I was talking about my blessings. I'm trying to comment, and it says, after I make the comment, it says make a public comment. But I'm having trouble with that. I don't know what happened, so I'm going to try to investigate. And just remember, I'm seeing your comments. I love you. You all are my heart. So I'll talk to you later. I'll see you next Sunday, and I'll see you this week. I love you guys. Bye.